Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Boomy here, and today we've got another wonderful woman entrepreneur. I'm here today with my friend Denise. We, in fact, met just last year, and what I love about Denise is that she is hungry for more. She is hungry to develop herself and just really live her best life, and that's some of the things we've talked about here. You've heard me on with Carolyn Wisely. You've seen me on with my girlfriend Kenya a couple of times. And while any and everybody can benefit from these conversations, a lot of times they're women centered just because we are women with that chick power, got that feminine energy going on. And so today we're talking about, again, in the personal development lane, we're talking about some things to help you to get unstuck and out of that comfort zone so you can get to the more. So, Denise, I want you to introduce yourself. Just tell everybody again your name, where you're from, and just something that you want them to know about you.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm a little bit camera shy. I'm enjoying it, getting out of my comfort zone. So I'm Denise. I'm from Florida, born and raised, and my background is Creole. I'm Haitian. My parents, mother and father, were born in Haiti. So yes, that's Denise. I'm a mother, married. I have a big family, hardworking, and going through a big change and, you know, embracing myself, finding my passion, basically.
Mm, awesome. And in doing that, ladies and gentlemen, Denise has joined a breakfast club. Now, this breakfast club is such a blessing to us because 4 days a week, we get business mentorship and business coaching from one of the top millionaire earners in our industry. And so every day, 4 days a week, we get strategy for growing our business. We get social media coaching. We get personal development in like a small group. People pay thousands of dollars for this type of close, handheld, spoon feeding coaching. And we get to get it like for next to nothing. So we want to talk about some of the things that were discussed today in this breakfast club. So this is going to be very, very valuable to you. So I got some notes, Denise, I want to refer to, guys. So again, this is for you if you are ready to live your best life, if you're ready to manifest your dreams, if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling like, oh, there's these desires in my heart, but how do I make them manifest? So we want you to listen to some of these things. So one of the first things that Travis Flaherty was talking about, which I often shared this in my trainings as well. He said, choose doing the hard things now so that you can live an easy life later. Like and that really resonated within me because so many times it's like people are scared of the sacrifice. They're scared of paying the price. But I believe there is a price for success. You got to pay it upfront and in full. And so we have to learn to do the things that are harder now, that's a challenge now, and do that now so that later on down the road, when we get into those decades where our hair may be gray, or silver, that we're just like, it doesn't have to be as hard because we set it up on the front end. So when you heard that today, what resonated within you? Or maybe you were like, ooh, that's kind of scary, choosing to do the hard things. What did you think about that?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't scared. I felt like, wow, okay, I'm in the right path
Mm-hmm.
because I'm living the hard life, and that's why I'm so hungry. I'm just now getting off of work, making it
Mm-hmm.
home. I have a family, but then this is not what I really want. So I have to sacrifice 3, 4 hours into knowing the company, into growing, into my change, into what I want. So when he was saying, do all the hard now, I'm waiting for my victory. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's
Mm-hmm.
what I feel like. Okay, I'm in the right path because Right now, I feel like this is hard. This
Hmm.
is, reprogramming yourself, self care. You understand? Making time for family, yourself, and in between meditating. So it's like I'm living off of a schedule. I'm like, okay, when I look at my schedule, if I don't have a free time, I'm like, oh my God, okay, I got to keep going. I find myself falling asleep with the laptop open. So
Hmm.
all of that is, to me right now, as of now, it's hard. But I'm learning. I'm learning, and that's how I know that I'm in the right path. I'm changing. My mindset is changing, you know? So I feel like when he said that, he was talking to me. And I was like, that's a
Hmm.
checkmate. I think I got that.
Yeah, because it's so easy to live within the status quo and just like keep doing things the way you've always been doing them. And then when something comes, whether it's we hear something from a church sermon or we go to a seminar, we read something in the book, and we start thinking, oh man, there's so much more to life. I can get so much more. But then comes the, all right, you want more? Now you got to do more. Then that's where the rubber meets the road, because it's the action that has to be taken. And a lot of times, like you just talked about schedule. Well, if you're a busy mom and you work full time and then you got the kids and then you got maybe some type of organization you belong to, or like you told me you were on a commute for an hour and a half, and then you got to come home and then there's a business that you're trying to build too. After all of that, the easy thing to do would be to be like, I just got to sit down and put my feet up and watch some TV, right? That's the easy thing. But have you ever heard before, being broke is hard, getting rich is hard, choose your heart?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so Travis was saying, do the hard things, like the things that may be considered hard to get you towards your desires, your goals and dreams, such as what are some of those hard things that we got to do when we're building a business? Well, like you said, staying up later than you want to stay up,
Yes.
right?
Sacrificing your
Mm-hmm.
mindset, changing that's another hard thing. If you've been programmed a certain way for years and decades, and it's not working for you. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to deprogram yourself, and you can't do
Yes.
that overnight. You cannot do that overnight. It's you have to not just invest, but you have to catch yourself when you're finding yourself falling back. And you will. The creepy thoughts will come in, or you'll feel like too tired. You'll be like, okay, you know what? And then those are the old ways that you have to deprogram yourself to getting what you want, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not easy. And the things that are so small, what I notice, I mean, getting up and picking up a box, it's something active. That's hard, but you can physically, decide, okay, maybe I can get a hand, someone can help me. But when it comes to your mindset,
Yeah.
something that you've been programmed for decades, now that's hard, because you have
Mm-hmm.
to find yourself catching yourself, as in, okay, this is not how I want to think. Or if you're not used to using a calendar or a personal journal, you find yourself like, okay, I don't feel like writing today. But they say, success, you plan the day before. And trust me, it's not easy if you wasn't raised that way, and it's not easy if you've been a certain way for a decade. So to me,
Mm-hmm.
that's really hard. But nothing is too hard when you have the type of mentor we have, from Monday through Thursday, like you said. And then on Tuesday, our transformation,
Yeah.
so we can't, so it's basically knowing what you want and getting the
Mm-hmm.
help and getting the assistance for where you want to be.
And when we talk about like choosing to do the hard things now so that you can live an easier life later, let's talk about that, because like that part puts a smile on my face.
Yeah.
That looking at what's to come helps you during these times when you're waking up early, when you don't feel like it, to meditate at 3:55 in the morning, 3:55 a.m., when you are staying up late, when you have to get on, a Zoom, when you are tired, when you got to present, when you got to make that call. So doing those hard things,
Yes.
going through the no's and rejection if you're in business and in sales or whatever, to get to the what? Like for you, Denise, what is that life that would denote?
The other side.
Yeah, what does that look like for you? And I want you all out there listening. What does that life look like for you all? Leave that in the comments. So tell us about that side, Denise.
That life for me would be freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom in all aspects. Family, kids, husband. D- Come on, I want to go to Hawaii. I want to
Yeah.
just pick up and pack up my bags and say, you know what? I'm traveling this week. You understand? I want to be able, I did the 9 to 5 for decades. I'm releasing that. I want to release that. I want the whatever's left is to enjoy what God, brought us here for.
Yes.
So that's what it is for me. The
Mm-hmm.
grass is definitely green on the other side.
Yeah, and I just took my first trip to Hawaii about 2 years ago. I'm going to go
Okay.
back either this year or next year. But that ease, I always visualize myself just on a yacht. I have on a white bathing suit, and I'm just laying back. And this yacht is just so beautiful. Now, I don't want to own a yacht myself, but I want access to it. So I know there are yacht clubs, and with the Dreams X Travel Club that we belong to, we'll have access to those types of things and private jets and all that. I don't know if I want to fly in a private jet all the time, but hey, I could try it a time or two. But just as you said, just I was able to fire my boss in 2004. So I haven't worked a job since 2004. So I'm so grateful for that level of freedom and being able to show other people how to get that type of freedom. But then also, even more money freedom, just to be able to take the whole family. And for those who don't have money to pay, come on, guys, the whole family is going to Florida. The
Yeah.
whole family we're all going to on a cruise. We're all going to Hawaii, and I'm going to pay for it. And I said the whole family going to Florida because we took a family crypto retreat a couple of years ago. And thank God, like I was able to pay for most of the lodging, well, the place where we stayed and some other things and the tickets to get into the Disney World. But I remembered a time where I could have even afforded a ticket for myself, you know. It had to be. I remember one time in the early years, the family traveled to Florida. We drove down there, and the way that we got in was because you had to go through a timeshare, and then they gave
Mhm.
you free tickets to go in. Other than that, I probably would not have been able to afford it. So it's wonderful going from there to where I am now, but there's still so much more. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor, one of his consultants, she just made 10 million for the year, and he was like, don't you
Wow.
stop, don't you think you arrived, there's more,
There's
there's
more.
more. Kathleen, you have not gotten to like, oh, this is all that there is, 10 million. No, there's so much more. So all right, guys, we like that
And
one. We
that's,
said
hold
that
on,
one for a
Boone.
while.
And that's something else I wanted to say. And this is
Mhm.
another motivation for me. Um, I'm not a single mom, and I'm not a single mom. I'm married, but I was a single mom. So
Mm,
this is another thing that drills me into this freedom, and I would like to gain that freedom, and I will gain that freedom. I'm in the
mhm,
path for that freedom, and there's other people out there that don't know of this existence. You
mhm.
understand? So they have to. Some people, you have people that want to see someone else do it before they take action. Does this really work? Can this really happen? Is it not too late to ask for your freedom? No, it's not. It's not too late. So
Mhm.
that's my mission, and that's my hunger, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm going for.
Awesome. Well, you're going to get it. And you're right. It's not too late. I tell people age is only a number. We work with people from their 20s to their 80s, in all seasons of life. So it's never too late to take those dreams off the shelf, dust them off, and say, I'm going to go
Yes.
for it. Right. Well,
Yes.
let's move on to the next thing. Let go of who you were to become who you are destined to be. let go of who you were, or even let go of who you are to become who you were destined or who you are destined to be. So let's talk about that for a moment. What does that speak to you? That letting go of that person that you are currently so you can become more.
To be it's more than just letting go, because you know how you have that little child in you that's just it's there, but you never let them out. And I think that's what it is for me, you know? So it's more in letting myself out, letting myself blossom, you know?
Mm,
So in order for me to blossom, that's when I would let go my old ways and my habits, the way of thinking, and embracing more knowledge, embracing my network, who's around me, my energy. So it's a combination of letting the little person inside of me out and dusting everything around it that don't belong. So
mhm.
that's how I would take that.
Gotcha, gotcha. So for me, I am in a constant state of becoming better. So, like every day, I want to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. And so, I believe that we should be intentional and implement practices in order to do that. So, like meditation is a practice for me that helps me to evolve myself, evolve my brain, to just step into the full awareness of who I am in my higher self. And when I come out of meditation, I feel so good. Like today, I meditated in the bathtub, right? And at the end, I'm like, the way I feel right now, I want to hold on to this for most of the day. Because it's so easy to, when we start getting into the what isness of life, and then some emergency happens or somebody calls with some negative news, or we let our mind go into a negative place or whatever, then that good feeling that you had held at the end of the meditation, it can easily, your frequency can go down, right? But today I'm
Yeah.
like, it ain't going down. I'm walking in this power all today, even if I have to listen more than I talk, so that I don't talk myself off of this high frequency that I'm on, because sometimes I find myself get into a conversation. I don't mean it, but just the words that I speak, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Was that gossip? Was I talking about somebody? After that, makes you not feel good. Was that you maybe just talking to your girlfriends, but sometimes I feel like, oh, maybe I should have kept that to myself. That negative, I truly believe like the words you speak become the house you live in.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it's like it's balance I'm on. Like, yeah, I want to share this with my girlfriends, but I don't want what I'm talking about, if it's negative, to crystallize into fact. So I'm trying to police my words and just kind of just let that thing just kind of die out, right? And not keep it perpetuating because of me putting energy onto it, because what we focus on, expands. So there's a lot of things that I'm working on personally within myself that do I say I'm letting go? Yeah, I'm working on leaving some things behind, and then always picking up new, better habits. I guess I can say better habits, because our results come from our habits, our daily methods of operation, our daily ways of thinking. And who are we destined to be? That's a great question. Like, so we can be who we want to be, but getting in full alignment with God, because we're created in his image. And every day for me, it's important I always say, I am one with the one who creates worlds, right? I
Okay.
am one with the one who creates worlds. And if God is my father, that's my daddy, I have his DNA in me, right? So just like
Yes.
you have the DNA of your biological father, we have the DNA of our spiritual father. So I like tune myself up and thinking about those thoughts. So whatever he is, I am. And I just stand on those, attributes. So I am powerful. I am abundant. I am all peace. I am all joy. I am wonder. So that's kind of how I let go of the old me and walk into who I was destined to be. Like I am who God says I am. So
Am.
those are my processes. And I am who I want to be. And it comes from, remember we talk about that self-image? I
Yes.
think that you were talking about the self-image. It's like you can decide who you want to be. Like write down the, let me get this real quick. Write down those attributes. So do you have your vision board near you?
Yes, I do.
See if you can grab it. So one of the things that we did, I've been doing vision boards for over a decade, long time, since the 90s, 2 decades. Wow. We did a self-image vision board last year. So I have on here some of the
Here's
people
mine.
who have attributes that maybe not everything, but
You
there's
see?
some things I want to build into me that they have into them. So I've got Harriet Tubman on here. I've got Gandhi on here. The cross symbolizes Jesus Christ. Cedric Harris, Martin Luther King, Art Williams,
Uh-huh.
and Denise has a very, very extensive, detailed vision board, and hers
Yeah,
is
this is all
business.
about
Can you tell us a little
IX.
about that?
Yes. All about IX. This is climbing the ladder all the way up into elite ambassador. I don't know if you can
Mm.
see. Let's give it my seat here. So all the way, work yourself all the way up, and happy pointers as we climb that ladder.
So
So that's something.
build an empire, my happy
Mhm.
place. What does that
Yes.
say? One love. I can't see it.
Yes. On love.
On love. Oh, an
Yes.
empire built on love. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Having fun while you do it. That's right. Making money and having fun should definitely go together. Awesome. So
Mhm.
if you haven't made your vision board, here's a clue. Make your vision boards. I also have well, I've got a couple other ones, but this is just a self-image one. I've got some other ones that have more words and pictures on them. Well, let's talk about the last thing, Denise, because we're already to 22 minutes.
Okay.
We kind of hit on that before, but earlier, but let's talk about like getting uncomfortable, because there's a comfort zone that most people are in. And I always say that success is created in the fear zone. You've got to come out of the comfort of, oh, this feels good, or this is easy, or this is what I'm used to. In fact, I remember, probably 15 years ago, there was a sermon. I think there was even a book that said this. If you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat.
Okay.
And taking the step out from the boat to the scary place of putting your foot on that water. Am I going to sink? Am I going to be held up? What's going to happen? Like that. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. But you've got to get uncomfortable and get out of that comfort zone, because success is not there in comfort. Talk a little bit about that. How did that make you feel?
Um, my I'm still in my comfort zone, as you can see, but that is where success ends, at the end of my comfort zone, being
When it
uncomfortable.
begins. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I'm gonna talk about IX for a little bit with my being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to IX a little bit over a year, and that was the best thing. And when you want something, you manifest it and you pray about it, and it'll attract you. It'll come your way. And when that opportunity comes, I was reading it on the our X Life community. Someone posted it. Even though you don't know how to do it, say yes and
Yes.
go and learn about it. So when IX was introduced to me with I didn't know nothing. But it's that for some reason I felt like it was holding my freedom. This is my
Mm,
breakthrough. So, with dead box and the little thing that we had going on that kind of shooking us up a little bit a couple of months ago, I just had that faith. This is where I need to be. With I joined IX because of the license and trading. But when
mm,
I opened the doors, there was more opportunity. There was so much more. It was like everything I was looking for in one big bundle of basket.
yes, yes, me
Yeah.
too.
So now, as I'm going through that basket, I'm excited, and I find things that, okay, I'm not too sure about this. This is not too comfortable. So, but this is what I want. And don't forget, our mentor always say, find your why. So
Mhm.
my why is all over this basket. Uncomfortable or not, it's in this basket. And this is holding my key. And that's where our fire starts. So doing lives, mentors, basically writing down, figuring out your thoughts, getting control of yourself or your thoughts, meditating. So this
Mm,
basket is it's full of so much life, and it's full of everything that I want. So to say to answer you about being uncomfortable, I think I'm going to be uncomfortable for a while, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I'm in a great family, which is IX,
mhm.
and we have great coaching. I'm not alone, you know, Boomy. I mean, we have so many people that we can reach out to and
Yes.
learn in the process. Every day is a learning, every single day. And I love it. And I mean, I would do it all over again.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. I mean, everything that IX stands for, I absolutely love. And in life, you're going to be stretched. When you are stretched, that's uncomfortable, right? But when you're
Yes,
stretched, I mean, there's growth in that stretching. A diamond has to go through, right, the fire to get purified.
yes,
So nobody said things were going to be just totally easy in life. No one said you wouldn't have to go through something. I mean, this is life. We showed up as often as like a school, right? Sometimes taking tests can be uncomfortable, but this is life school. And when it gets really hard, when it gets really uncomfortable, it's almost like when you can pass those tests when it's really hard and you can learn how to look at that situation so that you can see like the good in it. You can see the silver lining behind that cloud, and you can see like why you're going through what you are going through and how it's making you stronger and it's making you resilient and what you're learning and how from your growth and what's happening for you, how you'll be able to inspire others. You'll
yeah.
know that those things that hurt for a minute were actually used for your good,
Yes,
right?
definitely agree.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. And like I said, if you're out there and you're still trying to find your way, IX has a little bit for everybody. And for me, it has a bundle.
Yes.
So, reach out. I mean, it's a big community and we help each other coach wise. I mean, there's no down moment, you know? And believe it or not, yes, our mentor, he's still human and he's open, and he's gonna tell you it's okay. I've been there, and this is the path. And
Mhm.
IX have that path. And I love it. I love the
Yes.
family that I'm in, and I love being uncomfortable.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we're built on these three words, guys: innovate, inspire, and impact. So we
Yes.
hope that we have inspired you today. We're out as women and as a company to impact people around the world globally. So if any of these things we talked about today resonated with you, give us a call. We'd love to take you into our fold, help you to get the coaching and the mentoring that you would like in order for you to live your best life. Be a part of this lifestyle empowerment club membership that we have, and just literally curate your dream lifestyle. So Denise, give them your phone number and then I'll give mine.
Yes, my phone number is 954-397-2904.
So you give Denise a call. You can reach me, Boomy, on 980-888-2000, 980-888-2000. We're here for you. We're ready to help you. We hope we have inspired you. Give us a call today. And remember, you are more powerful than you know. Bye-bye.